To fully understand how to determine the difference between a subrecipient and contractor, let's discuss real examples that occurred at U of M. We contrast subrecipient and contractor relationships within a clinical trial project. Let's imagine that Michigan received a grant from the National Institutes of Health to conduct a clinical trial. The protocol for the clinical trial is co-authored by an investigator from the University of Michigan and an investigator from the University of Utah. The investigator from the University of Utah is responsible for writing the manual of operations and subcontractor monitoring for the duration of the study. Michigan will draft, negotiate, and administer the contracts with the participating sites, establish a steering committee, and draft the data safety monitoring plan with input from the University of Utah. The contract between U of M and Utah is a subaward, with Utah being a subrecipient. This is truly a co-principal investigator relationship. The investigators at Michigan and Utah share in the programmatic design and decision making. The sponsor considers both the investigator from the University of Michigan and the investigator from the University of Utah co-principal investigators. The form of agreement is a subaward. The contract is subject to indirect costs only on the first $25,000, and the contract will be processed and administered by the Office of Contract Administration. Now, in our multi-center clinical trial example, let's say that this is a drug study and the University of Michigan Pharmacy is unable to provide the support services to the study related to the drug distribution. It is one of many contract development and manufacturing organizations in the pharmaceutical industry. The University of Michigan enters into a contract with Olmec Group to provide both the study drug and placebo, as well as code and track the drug shipments. The Olmec Group is a contractor. The form of agreement is a purchase order issued by Procurement Services, and there is indirect costs paid by the sponsor on 100% of the contracted amount. What makes Olmec Group a contractor? Olmec Group provides the goods and services within normal business operations, provides similar goods and services to many different purchasers, normally operates in a competitive environment, and provides goods and services that are ancillary to the operation of the federal program. Now let's add in 10 participating sites to the study that will implement the same protocol, which involves recruiting and enrolling study subjects in accordance with the established protocol written by Michigan and Utah, drawing blood samples, participating on the steering committee, submitting data to the Data Coordinating Center, and providing input and assisting with the preparation of manuscripts. The participating sites are contractors. The form of agreement is a hybrid contract issued by the Office of Contract Administration. It's indirect costs paid by the sponsor on 100% of the contracted amount. If you mischaracterize the collaborative organization, there may be additional costs for your department or your sponsor to cover. The deans and major directors at the University of Michigan rely on recovering indirect costs. Nobody in central administration has the authority to waive the charging of any indirect costs. Also, rewriting the statement of work so it includes all the buzzwords that you'd normally find in a subaward isn't going to change the evaluation. If you mischaracterize the collaborative organization, you will have to visit your unit's financial manager or research dean's office to determine alternatives for correcting the budget's shortfalls. If you are ever uncertain whether or not a contract should be classified as a subaward or a hybrid, in the proposal stage, contact the Office of Contract Administration and someone will be happy to help you make a determination. Thank you very much for taking the time to view this video. It was created in collaboration between Procurement Services, the Office of Contract Administration, and the Office of Research and Sponsored Projects.